Hey church family, in 1 Corinthians 16, the Apostle Paul concludes his first letter to the believers in Corinth. As Paul concludes his letter, he exhorts the believers to do many things. He exhorts them to take up a collection that will be shared with the church in Jerusalem, to help Timothy on his way in peace, to be watchful, to stand firm in the faith, to act like men, to be strong, and to let all that they do be done in love. In verses 15 through 18, Paul identifies a few people who he wants the Corinthian believers to imitate and recognize. Paul writes, "Now I urge you, brothers, you know that the household of Stephanas were the first converts in Achaia, and they have devoted themselves to the service of the saints. Be subject to such as these, and to every fellow worker and laborer. I rejoice at the coming of Stephanas and Fortunatus and Achaicus, because they have made up for your absence, for they refreshed my spirit as well as yours. Give recognition to such people." Paul instructs the Corinthians to submit themselves to the household of Stephanas, because they have devoted themselves to the service of the saints. They are to submit themselves to those who faithfully and lovingly serve them. As we think about this exhortation, we should ask ourselves, who do we know who devotes themselves to the service of the saints? And are we willingly submitting ourselves to their leadership? Paul also instructs the Corinthians to give recognition to Stephanas, Fortunatus, and Achaicus because they refreshed his spirit and the spirit of the believers in Corinth. In Proverbs 11:25, we learn that whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Who in your life refreshes your spirit? Who in church refreshes you? Paul says we should identify and give recognition to these individuals. As you read through Paul's exhortation today, ask God how he wants you to respond. I hope you enjoy 1 Corinthians 16, and I hope you enjoy your time with God today.